Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see Viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
Alright, this morning I came in and the light is out in its water Cobra cage, so the bulb needs to be replaced. And you can see he's very excited because he thinks food is in store. And actually, I have a frozen thawed mouse in the container, so hopefully I can sort of lure him out and occupy his mouth, so I can get him in the bin and secure him so I can change his light bulb and clean his cage while I'm in there. Now, as snakes go, nothing goes exactly as planned. Now, people asked, and I will say, certain cages now have locks on them. This is not because we're worried about, somebody, gaining access and blah, blah, blah. Fatso here, the dwarf water cobra, was upset because he didn't get fed one weekend because he's got good weight and he doesn't need to eat every week. Well, during the night he managed to push open the door and escaped, and he was in the room because the room is snake tight, and he ended up going in and pushing out a couple of the bins and actually liberated a saw scale viper who was also in the room and unable to escape, and she was lodged in the grating of the heater. That's why it's all sort of torn apart, and she was very unhappy with me when I had to grab her with tongs and pull her out, but that's a whole different story. But so we decided that to prevent this from happening, certain snake cages would be locked to prevent this. So that's why you see some cages with locks, and these are very expensive. I bought 7 of them. They were $250 for 7 of them, so I'll do this gradually. So let's grab this frozen thawed mouse, which is nice, toasty warm. I'm sure one of the pit vipers would certainly like it. And let's see if we can get this one to come out without too much fuss. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, it's a trap. Yes, it is. There you go. Now let's see if it goes off the rails. Well, okay, that's not too bad. Well, as far as plans go, that one didn't go too bad. Whoops. Hey, I spoke too soon. Here's your mouse. Come on, you're in a strange place, I know. But that's your mouse. Go ahead and take it. He's like, how did I get here? Alright, well, I am not going to tempt fates. It ended up in the bin where I really wanted it. If it doesn't eat, that's fine too. It has really good weight. It's a very eager feeder, and I'm sure after it gets over its being pissed off for being lured out of its cage, it will eat again. And as usual, we will put the hook on top of the cage to signify that there's something in there. The people ask me, well, it's really tough to keep a cobra's cage clean because they're artists and they paint everything with their feces. Let's see, yep, it's nice I can get this out without having to use the jaws of life, which makes it much easier to deal with. So let me pull out and change out all the substrate, change the light bulb, which is in the way back there, and then put Mr. Water Cobra back in, or Miss Water Cobra, I think it's a male. Whether it decides to eat or not, that's up to it. Cage is all cleaned and refurbished. Replaced the light bulb. I didn't scrub his hut clean, but I did scrape poop and processed mouse off the top where he left it. Cleaned his water dish, so he or she is ready to go back in there. It didn't eat after it realized that it was out of its cage and in a bin. Oh, we're hooding, huh? We're hooding. We're very unhappy with me, huh? You sure you don't want to eat this? Hmm? Maybe later? No, you just want to go home, so... Alright, so... we'll put the rodent in maybe after it went in, but I almost can guarantee you that it will not eat. So are we going to do this gentle, or are we going to do this rough, my friend? Huh? You know, I've had this animal since it was a baby in 2016. It's nearly an adult size. It's certainly getting to the adult size where it would be breedable, which was my goal. So let's see if Mr. Water Cobra will be cooperative. Come on. Come on, I'll put you back in your house. Water Cobras are generally pretty gentle animals. They usually don't get too riled up, unless of course they're female, and then they're totally unmanageable. I won't say like every other female that I know, but that is my thought. Okay. This went is about as well as it goes with working with venomous snakes. Again, it does help that it's a water cobra, and they're generally pretty laid back, pretty chill, except for the females. So we'll close this up and let it relax and settle. I would almost bet my lungs that that mouse is going to be there tomorrow morning when I come into the lair. But if later tomorrow, if it's not eaten and it's interested in eating, I'll offer it another. But at least today it was a successful lure to get him out without too much fuss, because you know, when you have to drag them out of their cage, they generally don't like that. Just like if someone came to your house and drug you out of your house, you'd be pretty unhappy and resist also.
I'm going up to his favorite spot up above.
Yep, just like Thud. Thud Jr., except I've never seen him fall off and go thud. Alright, so on to the normal lair activities, and have lots of other animals to feed, a few more cages to tidy up, and that'll wrap it up for this particular water cobra. Come on, where are you? Here you are. Oh, you're not being fooled now, huh? Where is that For you to have this many flies, you gotta have not eaten that mouse, huh? Is that what I get? Water cobras are pretty chill, except when food's involved, and then they can be downright as dangerous as any other snake's feeding response, except there's two little pointy fangs and some highly neurotoxic venom in those little cheeks of theirs. You know, working it from the middle is not going to be a good methodology for you to get that mouse down. Subsequently, I think you should rethink it. Nope. You didn't bring it into your hut. My thought is maybe that he pushed it under the ledge there, and with him sitting right there, going under the ledge is not something I'm really interested in doing at the moment. So I'll do that after it eats and it retreats to its spot. Now you think you've been cheated, huh? Alright. I see you got your fat tuchus out. We'll leave a hook nearby because this guy will come out to greet me. Hello. Now come on. This is a dwarf water cobra. It's not so dwarf. It's a good 3-foot plus snake. And like all the other cobras, water cobras, they're all about food. Am I in your face, huh? Just eat your mouse and be happy about it. This guy has he's not like the ringed water cobras. He can be quite testy, and he will hood, he will charge. These are very difficult to get started if they come in from the wild. Getting them on mice. The elite bass shiner is no problem, but you know, getting bass shiners is not necessarily the easiest thing in the world, especially in February. Come on, you stop beating it. Is the camera bothering you, huh? Oop, have some substrate with that mouse, huh? Yes, people, snakes in the wild do eat substrate with their food. The snake will pass or spit out whatever substrate it acquires. You're being Mr. Stoneface there, huh? I see you taking big breaths. Oh, well, there you go. You've decided that maybe the camera is not going to bother you, huh? Go on. Take your mouse. Come on. Go back into your cage. There you go. There you go. He needs to come out for a cleaning. He already has fresh water, so at least he's good for a little while. So we'll just shut this, lock him down, and be done with it.